What is up, YouTube? Right now, it is currently 4:48 in the morning, Thursday, June 4th, and I've got another swim in the books. I'm so tired. We slept late. I was in the office all day yesterday. It's going to be even busier for work today, even though I'm working from home. But that is okay. This morning I got a swim, 5 a.m. swim, but I think since I had swam a mile the last 2 times I've swam, I'm definitely gonna not push myself as much and really try to focus more on my stroke in the pool this morning. I want to stick to around 800 to 1,000 meters this morning and just go from there. I don't think I have any other set plan other than to get in there and just get it done. So 4:49 at this point, and I will see you guys in the car. Let's do it. What's up, YouTube? It is currently 5 a.m. on the dot, and we are about to go to the pool. Let's go. Would have wanted to get there right at 5, but had to go to the bathroom. That is all right. I do not want to go to the pool right now, but that's okay. Oh yeah, here's my timestamp as proof. 5:01 at this point, and it's kind of crazy because the sun is coming up. I can literally see the sun coming up right now, and that's pretty cool. That actually does make me feel good. So yeah, we're going, we're doing it, and it's getting done. I think I need to fill up my gas tank here this morning, but that is a side quest that I will be doing. So, alright, on the topic of today is Thursday, right? It is Thursday, and we are getting it done. I think something that is definitely on my mind right now, at least, is work. I'm thinking about it right now. I was thinking about it before bed, and I definitely don't want to be working past hours, but I'm starting to take on a lot of things. It's good because it's, stuff that is new to me and that I'm learning, but at the same time, it's just a lot of information. So it's nice to be able to talk about it more, because I was talking to my girlfriend about it last night, just a little bit, but I think I'm actually pretty overwhelmed by it. And it's funny because I might be overwhelmed about it now, but yesterday when I was going through a lot of the work stuff, I was kind of just powering through it. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about that this morning, because I relate that to Ironman training a lot, because it can be overwhelming, right? Just like everything else in life. If you're overwhelmed by something, how you respond to being overwhelmed is extremely important, because I might be overwhelmed with work, but at the same time, I have a habit of powering through no matter how I feel. And I also have this habit of when I start something, it can be pretty hard to put down. And that is especially if it's something that I care about. And I think that is like a part of me that I probably learned in college, maybe even before that. And it's that I'm a grinder. I like to stack things on top of each other and test myself to see if I can finish it or not. But that's not the point of this topic. The point is being overwhelmed in situations where there's a lot of uncertainty and where you question a lot of what you're doing. It all comes down to how you respond to that. And it's funny because yesterday, when I was starting to get a lot of overwhelming feelings, maybe even being anxious from just the amount and the volume that I've kind of got roped into, I wasn't like reflecting on that much in the moment until after, because you're trying to power through it, you're trying to figure it out. It might be a lot, but at the end of the day, I honestly like it. Like even not just last night, but the night prior, I didn't get that much sleep. But then I found myself being in the office for a good, probably like 10 to 12 hours yesterday. And I honestly felt a lot of adrenaline. So for anyone out there that's, overwhelmed with all that they're doing and trying to balance, I'm there with you. Don't worry. I am with you. It's all part of the process and part of growth. And it is kind of cool with making long-form YouTube videos like this, because I'm kind of just yapping, talking, and just giving my 2 cents on what motivates me and what's getting me through a lot of this stuff called life while Ironman training. And I know 90% of my videos, I feel like my long form ones especially, are of me talking to the camera while on my way to the swim or my post swim. But it's cool because at the same time it keeps me accountable. Like this is keeping me very accountable with my swims. And it's nice. And maybe, when I have more time later on, I can film more long-form YouTube videos doing other stuff. But in terms of right now, I only have the time to record myself when it's 4 or 5 a.m., 6 a.m. before work and before my girlfriend gets up. And the kids, our 2 dogs. So it is nice to get all this done while everybody's asleep. Well, everybody in our house is asleep. But at the same time, it does get harder to come back to this once the day gets started, in the evening time. Because there's just a lot in the air right now. But all that being said, I think something that's getting me through it this morning for sure is powering through anxiousness or anxiety, I guess, and being overwhelmed. And we all trace back to our habits, right? And that is something that I'm trying to portray in this morning's motivation, if you would say. So yeah, I don't think there is much more to speak on that. But I like talking about that kind of stuff. I don't know, I'm learning. But I am proud the last 2 swims have been, I've swam 2 miles at this point for the first time. And I saw a TikTok this morning that talked about how to get better in the water and to try to focus on less strokes and try to not just focus primarily on, rely on or rely on somebody else's form, like, to try to find your form, find your groove, your rhythm. And I think that's something I'm gonna do this morning. When I get in there, I'm just gonna not try to, overdo it for sure. My body's feeling it. I've worked out twice, not worked out twice, but this week has been a pretty busy week for work, but I've been staying consistent with training, and I'm really happy about that. I think with this swim, I think this is going to be my last swim of the week, and I haven't been able to run, let alone even bike this week, which is fine. I can definitely come back to the run and bike. I mean, there's a stationary bike at the gym, I'm pretty sure I could just sit on and rip on. So I think maybe that's something that I will focus on this weekend. And yeah, I think that since this is going to be my last swim of the week, I definitely want to not really overdo it, but at the same time put a lot of focus on my form and where I need to get better. So yeah, that is that. Anyways, I am pretty close to the gym. At this point, it is 5:12 in the morning, and I do want to listen to music before I get in there. And I don't think I'm going to film myself this morning because I just want to get in there and get lost in the training. So I will check in with you guys after, and we will go from there. So alright, 5:12 on the dot, and I will see you guys when I'm out of the pool. Let's go! What is up, YouTube? Time check. 6:21 in the morning. Got done in there. It was a 35-minute swim, 1,000 meters. I'll take it. I will take it. I'm very proud of that because I did 1-minute intervals for a straight 10 sets. I went down. So I did 50 meters, 1-minute interval, 50 meters, 1-minute interval, and so forth until I got to 100 or 1,000 meters. So, done and dusted. Now I'm about to go spend some money. Because I need to get gas. So, I'm not too excited about that. But that's okay because this baby has gotten me through the most. Money spent, gas filled. It's just always something about getting gas that just makes me hate it. Back to the point of this video. Ironman 70.3 training. I got a long work day ahead. So that was a really good training session though. It's always good when you can do a good amount, of course. It's always good when you can do a good amount and still feel like you have more left in the tank. I think that's how I felt about this morning. So, it was good. Honestly, it was nice to feel like I could go faster, but with 1,000 meters, 1-minute intervals, I think that's pretty good progress from where I was at before. So that was nice to have gotten done. Maybe even, I had an idea, maybe on my next swim, if I'm feeling like, on my next, I guess I should say, mile swim, maybe even stick to that 1-minute interval, 1-minute break time, and then push it from 1 minute to 55 seconds. And then 55-second breaks no matter what, and then 50-second breaks no matter what. and slowly taper to that 40-second break every rep, if you would say. Because I think with the 40 seconds last time, I mean, I was able to get a good mile for sure, but I think